have had a few requests to look at the princess's monologue from the end of Love's Labour's Lost. Now, I will probably do a monologue breakdown on that monologue in the future, but because I'm not sure how soon I'll be able to do it, I'm going to do a reading today as part of my 30 Days of Shakespeare. So, and I'll have a little chat about what I think of the character and some things to think about for this monologue. So this is the monologue that starts with, "A time methinks too short to make a world without end bargain in." Now, I played the princess in a production of Love's Labour's Lost quite a few years ago now, and I was reflecting back on it, and I think one of the things that I maybe didn't do so well was, I think because this is a very poetic monologue, I got a little bit caught up in the poetry and maybe made it a little bit too grandiose, which is always, well, often a temptation with Shakespeare, I think. And we're always trying to find that balance between enjoying the poetry and making sure the audience can also enjoy and experience and hear the poetry, and also finding that connectedness and that truthfulness. So I think something to think about for the princess is that she is grieving, and it's less of a kind of, oh my God, and more of a wake-up call, because she realizes that in fact they've been kind of playing a game this whole time. Herself, her friends and the guys, they've all been kind of playing. And I think part of the reason that Shakespeare put her father's death in this play is because it requires her to take stock of all the rubbish that they've been engaging in. It's been so frivolous this whole time, really. And it's a bit of a slap in the face. And she's realized, well, I like this guy, but he hasn't really been truthful. He's actually breaking his own oath. And so I recommend maybe a little bit of reflectiveness and simplicity. And the other thing is humor, that maybe a little bit of a wry sense of humor of, gosh, I've been a bit of an idiot, haven't I? And this guy has too. Because she is a humorous person, she enjoys a joke, but going for the simpler delivery without straying too far into the grandiose poetry. So I'm going to read it and I'm going to see how I go, because it is a challenge, because it is very beautiful. So let's see. "A time, methinks, too short to make a world without end bargain in. No, my lord, your grace is perjured much, full of dear guiltiness, and therefore this. If for my love, as there is no such cause, you will do aught, this shall you do for me. Your oath I will not trust, but go with speed to some forlorn and naked hermitage, remote from all the pleasures of the world. There stay until the 12 celestial signs have brought about the annual reckoning. If this austere, insociable life change not your offer made in heat of blood, if frosts and fasts, hard lodging and thin weeds nip not the gaudy blossoms of your love, but that it bear this trial and last love, then, at the expiration of the year, come challenge me. Challenge me by these deserts, and by this virgin palm now kissing thine. I will be thine. And till that instant, shut my woeful self up in a mourning house, raining the tears of lamentation for the remembrance of my father's death. If this thou do deny, let our hands part, neither entitled in the other's heart." I really love this one. I think there are so many ways to do it. You certainly don't have to do it the same way as I did. There's a lot to be found there, and a lot of different characterization that you can find with this character. But I think what most readings would have in common is the shape. It starts off with the realization, and then she goes to a more vulnerable place and a more passionate place in a way when she says, "Come challenge me." And certainly by the end of it, there's definitely a vulnerability there, because she's putting herself out there and saying, you know what, actually I really like you, but I need you to do this for me. I personally don't think that she is worried too much about what he's going to say. I don't know that she's necessarily worried that he's going to go, oh, I don't want to do that. Maybe she's worried that he's going to say, actually, I'm not that interested in you. But I think she's confident in her request to him of saying, this is what I need. I don't trust you. I need to see that you can stick at something that's hard and is not so frivolous. Yeah, but I'd love to hear what you think. And especially if you're a fan of Love's Labour's Lost, or if you've played the part before, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And that's it for me today. And I'll see you in the next video.